Hey guys, so here is another piece of writing that we're going to read. When you look at this, what do you think of? What is this called? That's right, it's called a poem. So when you see a poem, you see a title, just like on a story. Title of this poem is A Great Catch. And then instead of paragraphs in a poem, you see groups of sentences, lines that are together, and we call those what? I bet you know. Stanzas. That's right, those are stanzas. So how many stanzas does this poem have? All right, so let's read this poem together. It's a pretty simple poem. You can probably read along with me as I read it. Here we go. I found an earthworm on the ground. Beside my shoe, it slithered round. Upon my fishing hook he'll sit. I smiled at the thought of it. I bent down close to catch that guy, and so I did with just one try. But then the grin slid from my face, 'cause I had just caught my own shoelace. Ah, funny. All right, so let's think about this poem for a minute. Why did the child in the poem want to catch a worm? Why did he want to catch the worm? If you look at this stanza right here, gives you a little clue. Yeah, you know. All right, the poet tries to trick the reader by adding a surprise ending. What was the surprise? He didn't catch a worm, did he? How funny. All right, so let's look at the pairs of rhyming words. Did you notice the pairs of rhyming words? Let's find them. You read them. Ground and, sit and, guy and, face and. You got it. So on each stanza, the last word in the line rhymes. All right, so the author used another common thing in poetry. He used the same number of syllables in each line. Let's see if we can count those. As I read it, you clap it out and count it. I found an earthworm on the ground. I found an earthworm on the ground. Beside my shoe it slithered round. Upon my fishing hook he'll sit. I smiled at the thought of it. So how many syllables are in each line? Have you figured it out yet? There are 8. There are 8 syllables in each line. Check it out and do the rest of them and see if you can discover that. So what I'd like you to do today, after reading this funny little poem, I'd like you to use the author's pattern of 8 syllables in a line and the 2 lines that have rhyming words at the end. And I'd like for you to see if you can write a different ending to the poem, or either just add another stanza to the poem. So write a new stanza for the end of the poem, or just add on a 5th stanza. See if you can do that and put that in your comments, and I cannot wait to see what you come up with. All right, good job, guys.